So, hello everyone. How are you all? I hope you all are fine and safe. Well, again, welcome back to Quantum Mathematics. I'm Aman, just welcoming you all to a new amazing video in which we are gonna be using this one actually, like this formula. Well. Let me just let me just tell you about this a little bit. Actually, my most recent video was this, and this is S infinity is A over 1 minus R. And basically, this is infinite geometric sum. Like you can see the title over here, proving the formula for of the infinite geometric sum. Right. So what's an infinite geometric? What's an infinite geometric sum? It's basically it's in the form of A or maybe you can say a plus, I'm sorry, yeah, a plus ar plus ar squared plus ar cubed and plus keeps that's just keeps going up to infinity, and this is coming out to be a over 1 minus r, and the condition here applied that the absolute value of r should be less than 1, right? And that's when this equation would be convergent, right? Obviously when r is greater than 1, so it's going to be like increasing the value, so that's going to be like divergent, so that's going to be infinity, so r should be less than 1, right? Okay, so today I'm just gonna use this one, and yeah, I'm just gonna do something here. Let me just delete this. So this is the thing that we are going to use here. First of all, let me just write this down, or let me just move this a little bit there. Oh, I think I just mixed up with that. I should just keep that down a little bit here. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, so okay, so basically we are gonna be proving that the sum of 1 plus 1 over 2 plus 1 over 4 plus 1 over 8, and that just keeps going up to infinity, equals 2. Okay, so the very first method that is coming in my mind as well as yours is you can use this direct formula, and for our case here we are having a equals 1, right? And if we talk about r, so r is a2 by a1, right? And that's equals a3 by a2. So if you're gonna calculate that, so it's 1 over 2 over 1, like a2, this is your a2 and this is your a1, this is your a2, this is your a1, so it's just a2 over a1, which is 1 over 2 over 1, which is 1 over 2. And if we talk about 1 over 4 over 1 over 2, so it's 1 over 4 over 1 over 2, so it's coming out to be 2 over 4, which is 1 over 2. So hence your r is 1 over 2 for this case, and you're having your r and you're having your a, so hence you can just plug these things back over here in order to get the value of this one, and that when you solve that, so that's going to be giving us 2, like straightforward. Your a is 1, so it's 1 over 1 minus 1 over 2, it's 1 over 2 minus 1 over 2, and it's 2 over 1, which is 2. Hence proved. So what's like crazy about this? Is there like why Aman is like making video on this? You guys can evaluate by your own, ain't you? But this is not the thing that I'm just gonna working on only in this video. I'm gonna use, like, this was the method 1, right? And I'm just gonna use a crazy, like another crazy method to prove this down, and that method is it's crazy, like literally guys, it's for us, it's for the viewers of my channel. Okay, so let's just get back to that method. So the second method is like method 2. Okay, so basically what we're gonna prove is to prove, let me just write that down, it's 1, wait a second, to prove 1 plus 1 over 2 plus 1 over 4 and plus that just keeps going up to infinity, equals 2. Okay, so this is what we're gonna prove in this video, right? Okay, so we did proved it, right, using this formula, and even though I have proved this formula as well, so we are not jumping off anything right in this video. Okay, so basically for this one, the method 2, I'm just gonna construct a rectangle. So for that I need to just use this, and this is our rectangle here. Yeah, that's pretty perfect. Okay, so so this is a rectangle, right? And I'm just gonna take this side as its length 1 unit, right? 1 unit. So basically this is your 1 unit, right? 1 unit, right? Okay, and if we talk about this side, so I'm just going to take this 2 units, right? So basically you have to take a triangle, I'm sorry, rectangle, of which the length of that rectangle is 2 units and its width is 1 unit. That's it. Okay, so basically I'm just gonna use this green color, and I need a straight line here as well. So, or I think, yeah, this dotted line should work. Okay, so let's use the red color instead. I don't mind. So okay, so we're having this long triangle, I'm sorry, long rectangle, right? So I can divide it into separate halves. I'm sure that this is not the separate half of it, but that's, yeah, that's pretty perfect. Yeah, I think, I'm not sure, but yeah, you just take, you just have to take this at exactly like this length should be 1 unit, and this one should be 1 unit at the middle point of this side. That's what I want to say here. So basically this is like you divided, like this is your rectangle, right? And you rectangle, right? And you divide it in two half rectangles of that, right? So basically if we talk about this one, so this the length of this new rectangle is 1 units, right? And so for this one, right? Okay, so yeah, we did that. Okay, so basically, and this is your, again, like, look, the length of this is equivalent to this one, so basically it's also 1 unit. So it's 1 unit. And if I talk about the area of this rectangle, so you know it's just 1 unit, 1 unit squared actually. So basically 1 times 1, so it's 1 squared, or maybe you can say it's a square. It's a square of side 1 unit. Okay, now you might be thinking what the hell I'm thinking right over here, or what the hell I'm doing. So I'm just gonna say be patient, guys, because this is quite crazy. Oh, wait a second. Okay, so I gotta just mark this up, and this should be moved to here, and yeah, it's perfect. Okay, so wait, you just come up here. Okay, so we are having, we have divided this rectangle into two different rectangles, like not different, but like same, you can say, in like we have divided equally two rectangles inside this big rectangle. And we have this 1 unit squared as well. The area of this one is also 1 unit squared, isn't it? And this one we have 1 unit squared. Okay, and now what I'm gonna do, again, divide this second rectangle into halves, like into two separate rectangles, and with, like, equally, you can say equally, I'm talking about. So look, this was your 1 unit, right? So this rectangle was your 1 unit, but again I have divided into two equal parts. So this upper part is gonna be 1/2 unit squared, like area I'm talking about, unit squared, right? And this, again, this is your 1/2 unit squared, right? And what I'm gonna do with this is I'm just gonna erase this 1 unit. And what I'm gonna do next with this rest of the rectangle, that is like, that is weighing around 1/2 unit squared of area, I'm just gonna divide this again into half equally, right? Equally. And we had 1/2 here, right? But now we have divided into two equal parts, so that's going to be giving us 1/4 unit squared, and again dividing that rectangle into two half equally, like equally. I'm just going to divide that, so that's going to be 1 over 8 unit squared. And again, oh my goodness, look at the beauty, 1 over 16 unit squared. And again, so that is just keeps going up to infinity, dude. It's 1 over 32, and that just keeps going up to infinity. And just take a look at the values that we are getting, right? So basically we know that area of rectangle, although I haven't proved this yet, but I'm just looking for to prove this down. We have length into its breadth, or you can say width. So we have length is 2 units and width as 1 unit, so it's 2 unit squared, right? Okay. And now we have, like, we are having the area of this big rectangle so far. And now let's just talk about like adding these values, right? Because obviously we just divided this rectangle into millionth of these type of stuff, so we can add them up and we can say that the value is 2, right? Because eventually when you add this 1 plus 1 over 2 plus 1 over 4 plus 1 over 8 plus 1 over 16 plus 1 over 32, and if you add this up to infinity, because we are having a lot of things here as well, and this is the point where infinity would be something sort of, I'm not sure. Well, I have no right to talk about infinity, okay? And I'm not gonna bother my viewers like for infinity in this video actually, but soon I'll make a video in which we'll talk about infinity, okay? Okay, so when we add this up, so basically what we are adding is we have divided this rectangle into infinite parts. So basically when we add all the parts with each other, so that's going to be giving us the area of this rectangle, and the area of rectangle is coming out to be 2 units squared, because we have studied this from 6th standards, or maybe even 5. I'm not sure, I was not studying at that point, at that time actually. So when we add this up, so it's 1 plus 1 over 2 plus 1 over 4 plus 1 over 8 plus 1 over 16 plus 1 over 32, and that just keeps going up to infinity. So when we just add this up, so it's 1 unit squared plus 1 over 2 unit squared plus 1 over 1 over 4 unit squared plus 1 over 8 unit squared, and plus dot 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 all the way up to infinity is 2 unit squared from this very equation, because this is the area of rectangle. And from our 5th standard formula that we haven't proved but we have listened, although I'm just gonna prove that down soon, but for now let's just assume this, it's 2. So, and from here we can say that when we just take common unit squared out of this equation, so it's coming out to be 1 plus 1 over 2 plus 1 over 4 plus 1 over 8 plus 1 over 16 plus 1 over 32, and plus that just keeps going up to infinity, equals 2 units squared. And now we can cancel, although it's not possible, but yeah, let's just assume this down. Okay, so you can cancel that all the units squared over there, and finally we are done with 1 plus 1 over 2 plus 1 over 4 plus 1 over 8 plus 1 over 16 plus 1 over 32, and plus all the way up to infinity as 2. And hence we have proved, hence we are done with this one. And believe me guys, wasn't it brilliant way actually? And this is not how I did actually, I just learned this way out of somewhere. But yeah, when I saw this one, I was like, wow, what a mathematics, how a mathematics can be. This is a real mathematics. When you visualize, when you learn, when you know why this is happening, and there is the way to understand the sum. And you know what, believe me that most of the places you just have learned this way of evaluating, and even though those teachers or those professors don't even prove this down, but I have proved that one. And I have just showed you that you can just use this very formula to get 2 of this sum. But the method 2 is quite crazy. Like, yeah, it's devastating, it's amazing. And yep, so that's all for this video, guys. And again, guys, if you got to learn something out of it, please make sure to like, subscribe and share. And if you have any kind of doubt so far, you are free to ask me in the comment section. I'll be there to reply over your questions. And thank you for watching, guys. And you know what, guys, actually I'm just having some trouble with my internet connection, so that's why I cannot record videos on my board, because that's gonna take around, like, that video weighs around 5 6 8 GBs, and I'm just having 2 GBs of internet. Actually, I'm having trouble with my infinite internet, actually, or maybe unlimited data. So for that case, you just have to suffer through this pen tab, or you can say like tablet. And please, guys, don't mind, but yeah, that's why I'm suffering. So for these some days, I'm just working on this to fix that down, and sooner it will be fixed out. So for that day, till that day, please just suffer with this. Okay, goodbye, guys, take care, love you, and just learn mathematics. And yeah, that's all. Goodbye, guys, love you, take care, love your life, love yourself. Goodbye, guys.